Most business owners are burning out trying to juggle writing, editing, publishing across multiple channels, platforms, because they're missing one critical piece of the puzzle that could automate 75, 80% of their workflow. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact system that I discovered that lets you create weeks of content in just hours, publish everywhere at once, and never run out of ideas again. And if you stick around until the end, I'll show you how to get free access to our no-code resource center that's helping hundreds of creators and entrepreneurs scale their content without burning out and learning how to leverage the power of AI and no-code to take their businesses to a whole new level. So here's what blew my mind. I was spending 4 or 5, sometimes 6 hours a day on content creation. I was writing scripts. I was editing videos, posting to social media, and I was barely keeping up. But then I discovered something that changed everything. What if I told you that the most successful content creators aren't working harder? They're working with systems that do the heavy lifting for them. And I'm not talking about anything that is going to take and publish AI dribbles on your behalf. That for me, it's worthless. It won't work. It doesn't engage with anybody. So don't worry. That's not what this video is about. Let me paint you a picture. You wake up, you check your phone, and you realize that you haven't posted to Instagram in 3 days. Your YouTube upload schedule is off track. Your email list is kind of stale. And don't even get me started on trying to repurpose that one good video into 10 different formats on different platforms. Now, look, I've been there. Here's the thing. This is where you get it wrong. The solution isn't to work more hours. It isn't to hire a big team. Instead, I'm going to show you a tool that can solve this entire problem. And it's probably just one click away for you. By the way, if you want to actually see how I use this tool in my day-to-day, be sure to get access to our free no-code resource center. It's got everything you need to know about Bubble, about the tools we use, the books we think are great reads. It's updated weekly, and there's a link in the description below. So here's how I stumbled on this game-changing tool. I was working with a system beforehand that I used to publish press releases. And yeah, it worked. We could get backlinks and that was good, but that was about all we could do with it. And it wasn't cheap and it really didn't take anything to the next level. And so I started exploring, and that's when I came into contact with this guy called Alex from a tool that I saw on Product Hunt that was barely getting off the ground. It was bare bones at the time. It was called Pressmaster. And I reached out to him. I did a bit of a demo, and I ended up signing up for one of the first agency level accounts with them. And what I can say is that this tool has evolved. It gets better consistently over every couple of weeks, every month. There's just big new additional abilities built in. But the cool thing is that this tool really hones in on helping you get quality content in your voice out to the world. And that can be through thought leadership articles, could be through press releases, which they can publish directly to all sorts of top line news sites. It can be social media posts. It can be all of the above. And the cool thing is that it really helps me, and it will help you get that insight that you already have, that experience that you already have, and convert it into compelling, engaging content that comes out in your voice, because it actually starts with your voice and takes minutes a day. I use Pressmaster every day. I could batch a bunch of content, but I like to be really on trying to keep up with what's going on in the day. But regardless of how you do it, it doesn't require a lot of time, but it does do a really good job. What exactly is Pressmaster? Think of it as a content planning tool, as a multi-platform publishing system, a way of repurposing content and ideas that you've had, and then powering using AI to really pull the very best of what you have inside you and put it into the right format and well-written, put together content at a fraction of the time. Remember that kind of what I was talking about before, that there's three kind of types of content creators. The grinders. These are the people working 12-hour days. They're burning out. They're inconsistent posting. Then you've got the perfectionists. They're spending weeks on one piece of content and they're never posting because it's just not ready. And then you have the system builders, creating once, publishing everywhere, getting consistent growth, and really getting your message out there. Because the important thing is it has to come from you. It must have your spirit in it. It has to have your voice in it. And here's what I really like about Pressmaster. And you can see here, I'm going to show you their homepage. It has a tool called Trendmaster where it automatically scours the internet, and based on what the topics that you're interested in, it will show you relevant articles that are getting traction already, so you can leverage them and comment on them and give your personal take on them. It has a social posting system that you can use to go publish on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Blue Sky, on Instagram, on Meta. You can schedule your posts out, and it will make each post adapt to the platform. So it's not going to take a generic LinkedIn post and post it to Twitter, or it's not going to take a tweet and post it to Instagram. It's going to take the inputs that you give it and craft unique posts for each platform without you having to really work. It does Twitter threads. It does Blue Sky threads. You can use it in a lot of different ways. You can add images, videos, and you can keep everything organized for your social media. There's a cool app that you can use to just take voice notes. I'm in Spain right now on the Mediterranean coast. You go out walking down the beach, got sand in your toes, and an idea comes to you, and you can just pull out your phone, record a voice note. And the next morning, you can turn that into a full-blown article, or you can turn it into a social media post. And as you do this, the system will learn more and more about who you are, what you stand for, how you express yourself, and the content will just get better and better. Here's what happened when I implemented Pressmaster. I went from being a lazy scroller who, every once in a while would go to LinkedIn and look through the feed. I'd leave a comment or two. I'd burned out on Twitter, hadn't even started on Blue Sky. And I said, okay, I'm going to use this tool consistently. And now it takes me 5 minutes every morning to come up with a cool, engaging post for all of the platforms I'm interested in. And then maybe once or twice a week, I will use the long form tools in Pressmaster to create a newsletter, blog post, a Substack post, and all of that takes maybe another 45 minutes every week. And now I've been for almost 35 weeks now straight, being consistent about publishing content. My engagement is going up. I'm getting clicks. I'm creating relationships with people on LinkedIn. We're getting leads coming in. So I can say that the system works. For me, it keeps me on track. And one of the things I do think is really cool about Pressmaster is that when you get to the point where you want to create an article or a thought leadership piece, you don't just take a topic and say, I want to write something about this. Pressmaster will interview you. And then you can just speak your answers. It will give you questions that based on the answers you give it, it will come back and it will ask follow-up questions, which you're answering by voice so that you don't have to be typing away and slaving away. You just talk to it and it will guide you and it will tell you, hey, okay, we're getting closer, but you're still, maybe this is like 40. You need to give me more insight. You need to be more specific. You need to tell me more about how you're using this and that. And it will draw the information out of you in your own voice, gets to the end, it says, there's a bias, it crafts the article, and boom, it will come up with an amazing article written in your voice based on your opinions, your thoughts, your insights, your knowledge, your experience, and publish it automatically. You can boom it. It goes out depending on which platforms you integrate with, but it can be done instantly. And it really takes all of this library of interviews that you've done for all of your articles, and you can go back and reutilize them, and you can take them and convert them into social media posts. And it just gets the snowball going so that you actually start consistently creating quality content. And in a nutshell, that's what Pressmaster is. I think it's a great tool that you can put into your arsenal. Go to the resource center and you'll get a link to it. Go to ratio.dev, sign up for our no code resource center. It's updated weekly. As I mentioned, it has vetted plugins for Bubble. It has how-to videos. It has our podcast episodes. It's got great books to read. And I believe it will be a go-to resource for you. And I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about Pressmaster. And if you do sign up and you try it out, if you have questions, let me know, or let me know what you think about it. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. See you on the next one.